everyone, and welcome to this revision video on IGCSE Economics 6.2, Employment and Unemployment. You've seen from my previous video the 6.1, hopefully, so you'll get a better understanding of the economic indicators. So I got most of my notes to make this PowerPoint from the textbook and revision book, so all credits to them. So we're gonna be studying this one right here with regards to employment. Candidates should be able to describe the changing patterns and levels of employment, discuss the causes and consequences of unemployment. So 6.2. So basically, I'll start it off with this statement. Most governments aim to maintain a high, stable level of employment. So government keeps track of these following employment trends. First of all is the labor force, and it's the total number of people of working age in work or actively seeking work. So labor force overall, it has risen, and from 1995 to 2005 has risen from 438 million to 3 billion years, and that's in a span of 10 years. Second definition you have to remember is the labor force participation rate, and this is the labor force as a proportion of the total working age population. Overall, it has risen, but especially in females, there's a dramatic increase. However, in recent years, there has been a slight decrease from 67% to 66% in the 10 years, 1995 to 2005, and this is because there's an increase in young people's education, and this could also be because of longer education years. Furthermore, there's an increase in old and retired people. So back to the definition page. Employment by industrial sector. So how many people work in agriculture and manufacturing industries relative to services? So in most economically developed countries, 70% of those workers work in service sectors, and this is tertiary sector. However, in less economically developed country, 61% of them work in agriculture, and this is the primary sector. However, the overall effect, primary sectors has decreased in employment, secondary sectors has also decreased, and tertiary sectors has increased. The employment status, the number of people employed full-time, part-time, or in temporary work. Most of the people who are employed are full-time. However, part-time people have been rapidly growing. This is due to more flexible for firms and individuals. So that's employment status. And finally, unemployment. This is defined as the number of people registered as being without work and as a proportion of the total labor force. Unemployment has they rise during recessions, and half of the unemployed people are unskilled. So the other half is just voluntary unemployment. They're really lazy. So we can also link this to unemployment rate, and it has been stable over the years. However, it will increase if there's global financial crisis, and it's different in different parts of the world. For example, in Middle East and North Africa, the unemployment rate is 13%. However, in Southeast Asia, it's 4.7%. So we can link this to the types of unemployment, and there are 6 different main ones that you have to remember, and I've only included 2 or few keywords, so there's not a definition in front of you, and you have to get your mind thinking. So frictional employment, this is meant by when workers switch between jobs. Switch is the keywords, and cause could be a delay in applying interviews, accepting jobs. Fix could be improved job information centers. So that's the first one, frictional. They commonly ask frictional, cyclical, and structural. So we'll get on because the other 3 are really easy. Seasonal. For example, it's self-explanatory, so there's unemployment for parts of the year, seasonal. And a cause of this could be seasonal variation in consumer demand, and some fix could be retraining. Cyclical, which they commonly ask lots of times. This is when firms need fewer workers, or this is because of too little demand for goods and services during recession, which could lead to the multiplier effect. And there's little demand, and this could lead to recession. And what could fix this is the expansionary fiscal policy, which deals with tax and how you increase them and how they encourage people to spend more and more. And also the expansionary monetary policy, which when you decrease interest rate, this would therefore encourage more and more firms and individuals to borrow more. Therefore, they would spend more, creating more jobs, and so on. There's the link too. Next one is structural, and this is when they have wrong skills in the wrong workplace. So this could be because of decline industries or immobility of labor, which we will link to later on. And some fix and remedies could be subsidize or retraining, or improve mobility of labor. Regional, this is very easy. High unemployment in one area. This could be because of local concentration of declining industries. And a fix could be a regional aid, such as relocation grants. And finally, there's the technological one, self-explanatory, where machines would be replacing workers in different businesses, and cause could be automation and information technology. And fix or remedy, this could this links to the IGCSE business, because I do both economics and business. Or retraining could be possibly using the machines, or like how to use the machines. That could be the first retraining, and the second retraining, it could be in totally different fields, and the machines can do all the job. So that's known as capital intensive or labor intensive as they switch along. So we'll get to labor marketing imperfections, and this is when it disrupts labor market outcomes, or it disrupts efficient allocation of resources. So there are four main points of labor market imperfections. Number one is trade unions, and how powerful they are, because they are able to increase wages. However, we do not see an increase in labor productivity. So the cost of the business will just keep going up. Therefore, they might decide to cut some workers. Number two is unemployment benefits. This is when there is reduced incentive to work because of unemployment benefits, and some people are just lazy, and this is known as voluntary unemployment. They choose to be unemployed. The third one is minimum wage laws, and this is very simple. It reduces demand for less skilled labor. Basically, they don't get paid as much because of the minimum wage laws in play. Fourth one could be labor immobility, and a definition of this, you can remember this, this links to many parts of the syllabus: the inability of workers to move easily into other jobs. And this could be because of two different reasons. One of them is occupational immobility, and this is when they lack transferable skills, or they need retraining. And the second one is geographically immobile, which is they're unwilling to move to different places to take up the job. So unwilling, and this could be because of family and children close by. So just imagine if you're a student and your parents get a job in a different country, and it's understandable why your parents might decline that offer because of geographically immobile. They just don't want to because of private reasons. So we link to this to the cost of unemployment. So there are three different ones: cost to personal cost, cost to government, and cost to economy. So get back to the first one, personal cost. Um, there's loss of income, so it reduces the ability to buy goods and services. That's number one. Number two, loss of self-esteem. They might be ill, and however, this could lead to depression. Cost to government, and this is when there's a loss of income tax revenue. And what this would link to is higher spending on welfare benefits, which is not good at all, as there is less active people in the economy. So final one of the 6.2 is cost to economy, and unemployment is a waste of human resources, and less goods and services are produced, and this could link to lower output in the economy, which is GDP, and gross domestic product, which will link to 6.3 in my next video, which I'll still have to make sometime later. And the last point is tax may rise to pay to increase welfare benefits. That's the last point. Thank you for watching, and hopefully this video has helped you in IGCSE economics, employment and unemployment.